Association with the National
Our national anthem. 1 point.
Hockey fans, would you
Wow. Officials tonight, you referee, Gorden passing over the David Breeze. Top line is starting this game. Sedin against Nugent Hopkins. We're underway in Edmonton. Top line to start this game. Sedin against Nugent Hopkins. We're underway in Edmonton. Henrik Sedin wins the draw. Daniel will dump it in. Best. Its save percentage. He'll start at 7 straight for the Canucks. At the other end, it's Devin Dubnyk, the 6'6" former Campbell's Blazer between the pipes for the Oilers. Came in relief from Nikolai Habibulin last game, and he won that game fighting behind and off Columbus. He gets the officials tonight, your referees, Gorden passing over the final Raymond linesman, Brian Monk and David Breezeball. Top line against top line to start this game. Sedin against Nugent Hopkins. We're underway in Edmonton. Henrik Sedin wins the draw. Daniel will dump it in. Steve with curls, Roger gets the puck to the corner. Boards it out. Here's Hall behind coverage. Trying to work it out right side. Taylor Hall with a shot. Here's Hall behind coverage. Trying to work it out right side. Taylor Hall with a shot. Boards it out. Here's Hall behind coverage. Trying to work it out right side. Taylor Hall with a shot.
Seconds early in the first period, and Justin Schultz just starts the playoffs in Game 3, and we have a 1-0 lead.
Well, 2 nights ago, the Oilers gave up a goal 10 seconds in, so they reversed the table tonight. Here versus Vancouver, and this is just really poor coverage by Vancouver. The Canucks not recognizing that Taylor Hall with that great speed that snuck in behind the defense pairing. Just has a feel that the puck is going to jump over the stick of Hamilton. He comes in short side, Rusev on Corey Schneider. It looked like to be a rolling puck, which gave Schneider more difficult opportunity to stop the puck. So Hall felt that in that opportunity to get that big stride, there's Hamilton punching in a little bit, but the puck was rolling. And see, Eberly didn't see Hall behind him. I think that back. I don't think that was rolling. That was just a terrific shot to Bruce Schneider. Short side. Sees Hall behind him. I think that back. I don't think that was rolling. That was just a terrific shot to Bruce Schneider. Short side.
Levi went back out there for Vancouver. And with Garrison, the field shot puts a lot of the goal. dump it in. This is icing on Vancouver.
This isn't a play that Vancouver uses often, but boy, when they do it, it's extremely effective. I'm a little bit surprised, actually, that more teams don't use this. Burtle's in his own zone. Knows that Daniel has a stride on the Oilers defense. That was just a really well-thought-out play. I love that one. I wish that more teams would try that.
Something the Canucks do every now and then. And like you said, Kelly, when it does work. Jeff Petrie out to center. That's Brown. Fan on a shot off the boards. Albert plays it ahead. Won't clear. Petrie shot. Tipped wide by Cottrell. Watched by Tannen. Ryan Smith down. To Brown in the corner. Albert team tied up. Cottrell gets it back to the point. Petrie with room. Plays it over to Sneed. Top of the circle. The shot scores! Gets it back to the point. Petrie with room. Plays it over to Sneed. Top of the circle. Team tied up. Cottrell gets it back to the point. Petrie with room. Plays it over to Sneed. Top of the circle. Team tied up. Cottrell gets it back to the point. Petrie with room. To Brown in the corner. Albert team tied up. Cottrell gets it back to the point. Petrie with room. Plays it over to Sneed. Top of the...
Rick, we are going to get...
Beat shot, beat Schneider. 5-hole. Luongo into the game. The Edmonton Oilers have the Canucks reeling. Boy, when you just...
Vancouver goaltenders to rebound from this start. And at this point right now, you can't think big picture. If you're Roberto Luongo, you don't have to worry that the first shot you face, if you have to now be perfect, just stop the next shot you face. That's a very simple mindset that goaltender will have. Don't worry that you might lose 5 or 6. Nothing. Just make the next stop. It's that shot you face. Think big picture. If you're Roberto Luongo, you don't have to worry that the first shot you face, if you have to now be perfect. You don't have to worry about the first shot you face, if you have to now be perfect. Just stop the next shot you face. That's a very simple mindset that goaltender will have. Don't worry that you might lose 5 or 6. Nothing. Just make the next stop.
In the first period, third period, the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Higgins against Rexall on the ground. Rexall wins it. NHL goal to win a game in overtime at Edmonton Oilers. Jones able to keep it outside. Petrie popped it up to Albert. She'll play it off the glass. Not out. Petrie kept it in. Shot it left into the ball by Bianca. Plays it back to the left point. Jones gets it to the left. Pass to the left. And Edmonton has the puck tips it to Penizzano. He'll go in. Vancouver will make a change. It in, Edler goes to it, knocked away from it, but Cottrell couldn't catch up to it. Daniel Sedin takes it. Alex Burrows after it. Tip past him, past Edler, now a race for the puck at the Canucks line. Here's Brown with Ryan Smith in front of the pass. Wow, and Kevin Bieksa. Edler tied up by Brown. Penalty coming up to the Oilers. Like Edler got a stick up in his face. On to the late ball, finally get the message to Roberto Luongo, who heads out for the extra attacker. Yannick Hansen over the line. Here's Bieksa. Pass deflected. He's able to keep it in. Push it to the corner. Schrader. Bouncing puck. Now it's touched. To back. And the whistle blows, and the Canucks will see a power play that has struggled could help get some momentum back on their side after a tough start going.
Referee Carl Raymond knows that Ryan Smith is trying to battle for the puck with Alex Edler. Gets a stick up accidentally right here, but nonetheless, that is a call. You have to make that right there. If nothing else, the Oilers just, right here, Ryan Smith, there's another long elbow pass, and he has Edler beaten as well. You know, they're really on their heels, Vancouver. Right now, if nothing else, just settle down. Even if you don't get a lot of chances on your power play, get some puck possession and settle down, because they are clearly rattled right now.
Power play that has been among the best of the NHL for the last 3 years is second worst right now. To Edler. Long shot deflected twice. Gorden down. Puck loose. And it's played to the boards. Hansen behind the net. Eberly. Garrison. Eberly. Hansen. To Eberly. To Garrison. Eberly. Shot. Saved by Newman. No rebound. 1:03 left in the power play.
Well, Rick, we were talking with Alain Vigneault before the game, and one of the adjustments he's going to make is that Hansen's going to go in front. We all know how good Burroughs is in that position, but just try and spark this power play. Get Hansen in there. He's very good as well. And see if we can't get something.
Jones has broken his stick. Here's Burroughs with a chance and a shot put it high. Burroughs missed into the pass. Schultz able to dump it down the ice. Gordon Schrader. It's Raymond. It's pass to Burroughs intercepted. Patrol clears. Half minute to go on the Ryan Smith penalty. Alex Burroughs. Hands on his pass. Gets the puck back. Can be exit. Tried to hit Schrader through a bunch of bodies, and that was easily intercepted by Jack Petrie and cleared down the ice, and that should pretty much do it for this Vancouver power play.
There's not a lot of confidence amongst that group right now. They're just trying to make too many fancy passes.
Here they come over the line, but a penalty coming up just as Ryan Smith steps out of the box. And it looks like Pinazzola is heading off. It's all Oilers right now, just approaching the 8-minute mark of the first period. 5-3, Canucks in the first period. The power play as Pinazzola sits.
Well, he looked puzzled for good reason when he went to the penalty box. You can see it's bottom of your screen. That's just Sam Gagner that falls on his own accord. So Pinazzola gets an unfortunate penalty for interference. And here's the exchange between Schneider and Luongo. Both good friends. Schneider goes to the bench, and Luongo enters the game 2 minutes and 5 seconds into the first.
Oilers get 3 goals in the first 2:43 of the opening period. 2 of them by Taylor Hall. The first one 16 seconds in, and it has been all Edmonton, and now they get a chance with the man advantage. Just killed off a penalty of their own. And they go to work on the power play. 4 minutes ago, Justin Schultz. Nugent Hopkins gets it down low. It's jammed in by Hall. And they go to work on the power play. Justin Schultz. Nugent Hopkins gets it down low. Justin Schultz. Nugent Hopkins gets it down low.
Full line. The feet into the game. They still look at us and moved on, but these guys really know the mood and
haven't done it scoring a lot of goals.
no, they haven't.
And when you look at their injury situation, it's definitely been a factor in their offense. They've played good defense, had great goaltending, and like we said, haven't played with the lead most of the time, but this has gone completely the other way.
I haven't seen a Vancouver Canucks team look stunned like that in a long, long time. Maybe in Game 7 versus Boston, for a long time I've seen that from the bench.
Taylor Hall again. Looking for But the hot stick, ball trying to feed it out front. That pass intercepted by Hicks. And he clears. Carter told us today he was going to get this worried about that.
But Tail Hunt, great speed getting behind the defense. Just a power move.
Left wide of the goal.
That's away right here. Knock down low.
That'll be Edson with a shot. Trickles wide of the goal. Eberly pulls it towards the net, intercepted. And here's Hall off the center ice. Beat it back to Eberly. He's broken out of the line and then scored back the other way. Burns pushing it one-on-one on his shot, but he lost the puck to get back to the slot. That makes it easy. Nugent Hopkins. DRB able to get it out. Ubieksa stepped up. DRB saw him at the last second. Puck slides back to the Vancouver blue line. Shots are 5-2. Oilers have 4 goals on 5 shots.
I'm sure it's happened before, but I can never recall that happening in National Hockey League games.
Johnson Steele up after it. Fourth line up for Vancouver. Sam Gagne takes it away. Whitney. Gagne. Hensky in the corner. Sestito gets the puck. Lapierre brings it out. Long shot in. Easy save for Dubnik. Andrew Gorden behind that. Flips it out front. Whitney cleared to the side. Sestito. Poke check. Lapierre falls. Puck comes to Alberts with a shot. Put it wide. Hanna. He gets a shot away deflected. Glove saved by Dubnik. That changed direction to the top of the crease. He had to be sharp to make that stop. Corey Potter with the puck as the Canucks start a change. Oilers take their time as we approach the midway mark of a wild first period in Edmonton. Mason Raymond steals an air pass. Chips it towards the goal, but never got it through. Whitney cut it off. He's been out there for a while. Hensky able to clear it. And this will be icing on Edmonton as Garrison gets back to it.
Well, one of the things Ralph Luke,
This will be icing on Edmonton as Garrison gets back to it.
well, one of the things Ralph Luger is telling us this morning about the chemistry that Gagne and DRB have, and what I really think that's improved in their play is their down low cycling play. And this is Hensky and Gagne, but the three of them have just really learned how to get chances from this, and a really lucky save right there with Dubnik. You can see his glove was even turned the other way. Tanev shot deflected right in front by an Oiler.
Off the draw, Raymond gets a shot away that deflects high. Garrison, weak shot to the goal. It didn't get there. Potter's able to golf it out to center ice. Jordan Schrader with the puck. Now Raymond. Volkov back to it. Speed gets to the head. Jones to play it out. Right wing center. Sean Volkov able to dump it in. And we're back to it again. Johnson takes the puck. Mason Raymond. And this will be icing on Edmonton as Garrison gets back to it.
Well, one of the things Ralph Luger is telling us this morning about the chemistry that Gagne and DRB have, and what I really think that's improved in their play is their down-low cycling play. And this is Hensky and Gagne, but the three of them have just really learned how to get chances from this, and a really lucky save right there with Dubnik. You can see his glove was even turned the other way. Tanev shot deflected right in front by an Oiler.
Off the draw, Raymond gets a shot. He was right.
Shoots! He scores!
flip side.
Right there with Dubnik, you can see his glove was even turned the other way. Tanner's shot. Left to right. I would get chances from this, and a really lucky save right there with Dubnik. You can see his glove was even turned the other way. Tanner's shot. Pretty save right there with Dubnik. You can see his glove was even turned the other way. Tanner's shot. Really lucky save right there with Dubnik. You can see his glove was even turned the other way.
Showing signs of life, but it's all Edmonton right now. They lead Vancouver 4-0.
By the Oilers, 3 goals in 2:43, 2 of them by Taylor Hall, is an Edmonton franchise record for the 3 fastest goals to start a game. You have to go all the way back to 1981, when the Oilers scored 3 in 3:25 against the Colorado Rockies for the previous record. And we understand the Oilers are currently checking to see when was the last time, if ever, a team scored on its first 3 shots of the game. Rick?
Thank you, Scott. You think one of the great Oilers teams in the 80s that could score almost that world?
I might have been the goalie of record. Just saying.
That's an amazing record to break for this franchise. An incredible start for the Oilers. Canucks have settled down a bit here, but boy, they're in a big hole right now. Henderson goes to win. With an open net, and Luongo was able to recover and make the stop.
Well, I just can't believe the chances the Oilers are getting. Time and time again. Gordon's going to have a great backhand right here. Hits the post, and then if Hensky doesn't lose possession of the puck right there, that's a pretty easy open net. Luckily for Luongo, Hensky can't pull the trigger right away, and then with Luongo not giving up and continuing the battle, he makes a save facing the opposite direction, but this is hard to imagine right now.
It's a contrast to what they've been doing during the 6-game win streak.
Buddy, look at me. Tell you, I was just ripping down the neutral zone, bangles, and then I just line up this absolute...
Most of them grade A opportunities.
Rocket.
Found the back of the net.
Bing, bar that.
Garrison with a shot. Dubnik save.
Best goal of the season.
Be ready with a high protein from Vector.
Vancouver cannot find the shot. What's behind? Lapierre. Lost control of it, but Matthews keeps it in. Andrew Gorden goes to it. Matthews tries a shot. Doesn't get it. Gorden trying to feed it out front for Sestito. That pass was blocked. Good play by Nick Schultz, who puts it off the glass. Now clock trying to sure does. First period, the Canucks go on. Forget about it.
I'll give you a couple examples. Rick, of how I said puck battles. This is Petrie on Daniel Sedin. the first time, then there's going to be a second one. He uses his long reach. He's 6'3", so he gets a stick in there. And this is actually what led to the first PRV chance and then the Hensky chance. That is just terrific play by the Oilers defense and knowing when to be aggressive and challenge the truck forwards.
Potter off the draw over to Whitney at the left point, looking for a lane, puts it wide, hit the referee in the skate. Under control, watched by Garrison. Steve Pinizzotto will work it out. Has it down the forecheck. Potter beats him to the puck. He'll put it off the boards. Not out. Ryan Smith follows up, though. Here's Petrell working on Tanev. Andrew Albert's behind the net. Pinizzotto puts it off the glass. Higgins trying to get away, but Smead able to take the puck from him at the Edmonton line. Taylor Hall, 3 goals already in this game. Back on the ice. Smead, Hall, with a hard hit from the exit in front of the bench. The Oilers working in, throw it out front. Luongo cuts off the puck as Eberly tries to backhand it from the sharp angle. Hansen gets control, gave it away to Hall. Eberly can't get to the front of the goal. The exit will knock him off the puck. Fans want to call, won't get it. Cleared off the center ice. Canucks trying to be more physical on this line right now.
The exit for sure, there's no question about that.
Nick Schultz pitching. Andrew Alberts gets the loose puck. Mason Raymond will lift it up. Both teams start a change. 16 minutes gone in the first. 4-0. Oilers leading. Back they come. Hensky over the line. Check by Henrik. Henrik Sedin to the exit. Now Henrik. Daniel. Burrows with a shot. The puck towards the goal. Dubnyk got a piece of these down, but the puck's played to the corner. Alesh Hensky there to clear the zone off the center. Bounces past Tanev. Race for the puck at the Vancouver line. Tanev gets back to it. Burrows pass intercepted, but popped up to Daniel Sedin with Henrik over the line. Henrik for Burrows. PRV, nice play off the boards to Whitney, and the Oilers break back the other way. Potter with a one-timer. Luongo blockers that aside. Here's Jones at the line. He'll shoot. Under blocker save by Luongo. Tanev gets the puck in the corner. Oilers more than happy to sit back late this period up by 4. That allows the Canucks to make a change as Alex Edler plays it ahead. Andrew Ebbett tries to dump it in, puts that puck out of play at the Edmonton bench, where the Oilers are in control thanks to that man's hat trick, up 4-0 on CBC. Well, tomorrow will an artist's Disney dream be dashed in the den, and then an all-new Republic of Doyle Jake escapes a near-death experience. That's starting at 8 tomorrow on CBC TV. It's 4-0 Oilers on top line. Taylor Hall with the hat trick, Kelly, and kind of the extra realizing they got to play them more physically.
Absolutely. Taylor Hall, no stranger to big hits. This one rocks him a little bit. He's going to get up, and then he's going to start flexing his shoulder a little bit, figure out what's going on. Get a different feeling in that shoulder, so looks like he's good to go, though.
Score lopsided. Canucks have got some chances with some weird bounces right in front of Dubnyk. He's got to be sharp to keep this cone up.
Absolutely. Weird bounces and deflections in front. He's had about 4 of the 10 shots that he's faced that have been really awkward.
Ryan Jones chipping and chasing. Garrison watches him as they go to the corner. Away with it. And Hughes. Can't clear it out. Abbott kept it on side. Oh, a dangerous play at the line. Yakupov almost got away, but Tanev will get back to it. Jones runs into Abbott. Inside 2 minutes to go in the first. Bouncing puck at the side of the goal. Comes back to the line. Petrie fakes. Speed. He'll shoot. Easy save for Luongo. And Hamby's off the boards for Higgins. Each reactivates and keeps the play alive. Mike Brown at the line. Matthews over to him. Penizzano off the boards and out.
Canucks just uncomfortable handling the puck in their own zone right now. Offensively, it's not bad, but defensively in their own zone, they just do not want to make another mistake.
Sestito gets to a loose puck, finds Andrew Gorden up the left here at center ice. Final minute of play in the first. There's a loose puck in front of the Vancouver goal again, and Andrew Gorden able to sweep it away. Montiel will clear the zone. It has been an adventure defensive for the Canucks in this first period. Nugent Hopkins at center ice. Gets away from Lapierre, works it over the line. Hall with him going to the goal. There's the pass for Hall. He was tied up by the outside. Tom Sestito into the shift, gets the puck in. Eberly in center. Left punch. Oh, can't thrown by Eberly. Eberly knocked him down. Eberly pops right back up. As the puck comes to the side of the goal, along to recover up for a whistle with 6.4 seconds to go.
Well, clearly a target, as you said. Clearly a target tonight right now with this 4-0 lead. And Vancouver Canucks, even though they're down 4-0, they're certainly not going to go down without a fight. We saw the big Eberly hit as well.
4 seconds left in the period. Oilers with 4 goals and 11 shots. Garrison circles the net, and that'll do it. Last Oiler with 3 goals in the first period was Jason Arnott in 1996. Taylor Hall's got 3 tonight and took a whack on the arm there from Bieksa.
Sure does. Kevin Bieksa is not going to go down without a fight. We know that. And as much as Taylor Hall was troubled with his shoulder a couple seconds ago, that clearly looks like that's a real bothersome injury right now.
So the Oilers come out of this one out of the gates on fire. They get 3 goals in the first 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Hall adds another. He has the hat-trick. And Edmonton is in control. Oilers 4, Canucks no score in Edmonton. Now it's back to Toronto. Here's Ron with the... We have Oilers 4, Canucks no score in Edmonton. Now it's...
Final. The Canucks have led the series.
Oilers 4, Canucks no score.
4-0 Oilers heading for the second period. Tom Sestito and Mike Brown were both assessed 10-minute misconducts at the end of the first period for yapping at each other, so they'll be gone for 10, but we'll watch for any encounters they might have with each other the rest of the way. Alain Vigneault said to us earlier today it's not in his team's best interest to open it up these days, but here's his team down 4-0 after one, so what choice do the Canucks have? Canucks associate coach Rick Bowness just said to me, the Oilers' speed killed us in the first, and our challenge now is just to win the second period.
Rick. Thank you, Scott. And as we mentioned, through the 6-game win streak, the Canucks have been excellent. They've had a lead every game. Except for the score shootout win they had over Columbus, and we're the only team to score in the shootout, so I guess technically that would have lost as well.
Pull that period out the window, and for the Oilers, try and recapture that magic.
They started on fire. The Canucks were flat, and here we sit. Taylor Hall has been the trigger man for running the 3-4 goals on the signal. Hall played off the point outside the zone, puck back in. Henrik Sedin knocks it off the Daniel. Here's Bieksa with a shot from the point. That was off the skate in front of Kubik. He may have gotten a piece of it. Puck goes back to the front of the net. Now Gorden able to take it away. They'll bring up 3 seconds. 3 Oilers in on the line. They have numbers. Here's Hensky with a man on front with the pass. Off the crossbar. He ought to be that close to making it 5-0. second time they've hit the post in this game, too, on top of the 4 goals they've scored. Schrader at center. And that's the risk. When you're down 4-zip, trying to open it up and get back in the game, you're going to give up those chances going back the other way.
But you have no choice if you don't start to open it up. Typically, you wouldn't start to do that. You're down a goal or two till late in the third, but in this case, they really have no choice.
Garrison's able to clear the zone. Here's Jones. Yakupov. For Horkoff. Sean Horkoff. Back to the line. Potter with a shot. That deflects over top of the net. No Yakupov in the turn. Lost by Garrison. Throws it out front. Up on the side of the goal. Raymond gets the loose puck. Can't clear it. Potter able to keep it in. Yakupov. Raymond takes it away in the slot. He works the puck back up the center for Vancouver into the zone. Works it back to the line. Tannen had the pass in his skates. Puts it behind the net. Ryan Smith should get to it first. Now it's down the boards. Able to cut it off though. Sneed will try the other side. Gets it up to PRB and he'll clear the zone. And they're going to call the Oilers for too many men on the ice. Nugent Hopkins picked up that puck right in front of the bench as he came up for the change.
He scores! It's 3-1! Second goal in the final!
Moving on to the cross.
Edmonton bench by 39 minutes. Edmonton bench by
Nugent Hopkins picked up that puck right in front of the bench as he came off on a change.
the goal right off. Different players are going off and on the ice. And you almost feel when your player coming on the ice that you have no choice but to play the puck. And you almost feel when your player coming on the ice that you have no choice but to play the puck. Some of those are just bang, bang. Here's the goal to say that Junior has made. It's been a really difficult game playing that sense of game. And not a lot of team saves. And this is that chemistry you talked about. Hensky, Daniel, and Gorden. Hensky waiting for the Frenchman go down. And then Gorden showing a lot of confidence. So I'll tell you, this is swagger that he has taking the time to actually place that shot up and over Rwanda. Just would not have seen it up from Gorden first time. Up over the goal. Look at Wade Goff.
Season. Now let's do the top of the last 10 games, Kelly. He's had the second highest play of the game. Defensive powers by the Oilers. There's Patrol.
He scores! And this game is tied!
And they're going to call the Oilers for too many hours. Picked up that puck right.
First Jericho final goal!
He came off on a change.
And he scored the last time in game 5!
Let's look at Edmonton bench by putting and on the ice. And you almost feel when your player coming on the ice that you have no choice but to play the puck. Some of those are just bang, bang. Here's the goal to say that
Out the side. Forward in terms of going to the net. To the big British receipt. 10 games, Kelly. He's been their fresh forward in terms of going to the net.
to the blueprint, as he called it.
Loose with him up pro.
Second power play of the game for Vancouver. Garrison shot stopped by
Nick and Judy are back in an all-new Utopia case. This is a make or break effect.
Garrison under that time lost the puck just wide.
It's Disney's highest grossing and
Garrison had time, that's blocked by Smead. That's a great block. And Garrison can shoot it. Here's Daniel. Henrik in the slot. Takes the pass. Plays it to the side of the goal, and Hansen couldn't handle it. Henrik to Daniel. Back to Garrison. Daniel. Henrik tipped wide. Edler to Hansen. Henrik. Daniel. Jason Garrison. Daniel Sedin. Henrik. Garrison. Room. Shot. Goes off the leg. That was Horkoff who blocked that, but the puck comes back to the line. Horkoff minus a stick, able to rub the puck down the ice.
Very aggressive Ryan Smith and Sean Horkoff on that penalty kill, especially when Vancouver is bobbling the puck a little bit.
45 seconds left in the power play. Second unit out for Vancouver. And confident with the line, and Corey Potter's there to clear. To Schrader to Raymond. Burrows back to Raymond. To Andrews. Nice play to Bieksa. He'll shoot. Looking for a redirect. Raymond couldn't get a stick on it. Alex Burrows. Gordon Schrader, the rookie, back to Andrews. Raymond. Schrader with a shot and stopped by Dubnik through traffic. Burrows gets it back to Bieksa. Burrows in the corner. 5 seconds left in the power play. Here's Raymond at the line. Schrader with a chance for a shot. Dubnik save, and he topples backwards, but he's able to hang on to the puck as the penalty comes to an end.
Vancouver pretty clearly knowing what your game plan is going to be on.
It's left in the power play. Here's Raymond at the line. Schrader with a chance for a shot. Dubnik save, and he topples backwards, but he...
Hensky scores! It's 3-2.
He's able to hang on to the puck.
You know what your game plan is going to be on the card. Well, get the traffic to the front and get the puck out. Good save by Dubnik. Then Schmidt. Young Horkoff and Smith working extremely well on this power play. Smith is going to try and bat it out. He can't, so Horkoff gets the puck down the ice. Excellent defense by the Oilers.
Charles shooting limited 14-12. But the real story is on the scoreboard. 4-0 Oilers lead. Vancouver 0 for 2 in the power play in this game. Now 2 for the last 55.
Offensive zone, which you try and pinch in the back pinch. There's Alberts with the pinch right there. Reach to the 2-on right here. They fought for a rolling puck. That was an excellent opportunity. You'll see how difficult that is to grab by Whitney. He's been backing up in the play nicely too, Whitney, in a subtle kind of way.
Sam Gagne on the forecheck pass to Eberly. Hensky keeps the puck outside. Piardi to the corner for Hensky, runs into Lapierre. 6 minutes left for the second period here in Edmonton. Alex Everett lost the puck in his skates. Gets it back though, finds Yannick Hansen. And the speedy game will work it out. Last ball at the end of the line, no further. Jason Garrison ahead to Andrew Gorden. Gorden gets it over the line. Lapierre. Andrews out front. Lapierre to settle it down. Now we'll throw it there, and Andrews can't get a stick to it. Dubnik cut it off. Pocock and Gorden back on the board. It's the end of it. Played to the side of the goal. Petrie intercepts. Jeff Petrie will carry out. Up the right wing. Yakupov over the line, but the Oilers are outside on that rush. Edmonton still in control. The Bucks on place on 4-0 on Vancouver on Hockey Night in Canada. Yakupov doing some hard work, Kelly, but he's got to learn to work smart too, doesn't he?
Absolutely. But, this is a terrific effort by Yakupov to bust back into the play. But at this point, he should stop behind the net, or to the side of the net, not go behind the net. And that's just one of the little subtleties you learn in defensive hockey. I can only assume, but that's what I have to imagine Ryan Smith is telling him at that point. Great effort, kid, but at that point, when you're at the side of your net, stop, stay in front, and then we're better defensively.
Now they can go offensively too on this one. 4-0. 7-minute mark of the second period.
You know, the thing is, too, in their own zone with this 4-0 lead, they haven't lost any energy. They haven't let it dip and allow Vancouver back in this game. This is the material of the Edmonton Oilers team for sure.
Saying that Smith has really embraced the role and it's all in as he told us last time.
Sure, the leader was telling us last week, Rick, that what he really thinks his team is learning to do is play 5-man units on a more regular basis, and tonight might be the best I've ever seen the Oilers this season in doing that.
Well, Kruger will be your guest with Scott on After Hours tonight. He's got a great story. You know how
on a more regular basis, and tonight might be the best I've ever seen the Oilers this season in doing that.
Well, Kruger will be your guest with Scott on After Hours tonight. He's got a great story. You know how you want to stick around and some. It is not your prototypical road to the National Hockey League as a head coach.
Motivational speaker, wears many hats. Author,
yep. And to stick around for his book cover.
You don't want to spoil the surprise.
Here's Hensky. Oh, what a move at the line. Hensky with a shot. Oh, makes the save. Hensky walked around. Albert's got a great scoring chance. And Albert steps into an order that was patrolled from behind. No call on the play. Ryan Smith able to keep the puck on side up front. The gets a nice save, Luongo, as he fired out the mid to make the stop on that redirect.
Alesh Hensky must just lick his chops when he knows that he has a defenseman flat-footed. You're going to see it right here. As soon as, once again, like all top guys, as soon as the defenseman starts to cross his feet, then he goes the other way. There's the crossing of the feet, and they just wait and wait for that. And that's why a guy like Nick Lidstrom is so good, because he rarely ever crosses his feet, and that's a terrific save by Luongo, staying a little bit deeper in his net and waiting for the deflection to take place in front of him.
Taylor Hall with 3 goals tonight. Gets it back to Petrie. Can't keep it on side. Hall working in. Drops it off to Eberly. Nugent Hopkins. Eberly. Behind the net. Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Told us earlier when he was sick last week, he couldn't even get off the sofa. Third game back.
Lost 5 pounds, 5 that he can't lose anyways.
There's Speed with a shot through traffic. Never got through to Luongo. He could hit Schrader in front of the goal. Played out front of Hall with a shot. Now with traffic. And he's pushed the puck to the corner. Top line for Edmonton has been magical tonight. What a shift. Got the Schrader line pinned. Now Reagan's able to work it out. The Canucks with 3 through center. Hansen off by Petrie. Back comes Eberly the other way as the Canucks change. Garrison racing back into the play. Eberly on the right-hand touch in front. And Garrison ties him up and he's going to take a penalty. Be a holding call on Jason Garrison on a nice power move by Eberly.
Well, Eberly's going to get credit for making Garrison take this penalty, but it's Petrie that makes such an amazing play Right there, the Oilers blue line, standing up Hansen, and that's where the turnover starts. Then Eberly with those quick hands drives to the net. At that point, you can see that Garrison really didn't have any option. It looked as though Eberly was around the poke check of Luongo. Bit of an abbreviated poke check. And at that point, there's no question that Eberly would have had an open net.
Oilers 1 for 1 on the power play. Just the one shot was all they needed. Hall with his hat-trick goal on the last power play they had, the first one of the game for Edmonton. PRV, Hensky up front. Along with Gagne. Yakupov will add 1 point. Canucks with the puck behind the net. Whitney on the other point. Puck cleared out the center ice. Midway through the second. All Oilers. Hensky works it in. Try to get set up. Edler makes a nice play to knock the puck off the stick and clear it out to center ice where Evan will work it in. Working on Whitney. Burrows goes for the goal. Pass intercepted. Yakupov coming back hard in the back check.
Great play as well by Whitney to take away the time and space from Burrows. Or Evan, excuse me. And then Yakupov doing the picking up the loose change.
Gagne back to Whitney at the line. Yakupov. Sam Gagne. Hensky. Gagne, Whitney. Yakupov, cross ice. Gagne fakes. Hensky on top of Yakupov, broken up by Andrew Albert's got a stick on that one. And Evans there to get it out and down the ice.
Supreme confidence shown by the Oilers right now in this power play, don't they?
Top unit coming on now. 48 seconds left in the power play. They go offside of the Vancouver blue line.
Here's one of the other things that Ralph Kruger was telling us about PRV. We talked about the blue paint. They want him to be like Holmstrom right in front of the net. Now that's a tough challenge. I mean, that's a tough way to make a living, but with his body, 6'3", pretty effective way to play if you can convince yourself that, yeah, you know what, I better go there. But it's going to be hard to do. See how hot he's been the last 13 games. And he just has more of a swagger, doesn't he, Rick?
Yeah, and Kruger said, look, I told him, you're not going to play in the NHL if you're going to be a perimeter player.
He's on his toes again, much like when we first saw him when he first came overseas. And he's got that skating start back.
Here's Eberly working the puck in. He drew the penalty. Feeds it back to Hall, over to the other point to Justin Schultz. Right side to Nugent Hopkins. Back for Schultz, pass deflected by Higgins, and he'll work it out. 3 Canucks through center. They don't have a short-handed goal this year. Higgins over the line, lost the puck. 10 seconds left in the penalty. Hansen throws it out front. Higgins couldn't get a stick to it. Bieksa takes the puck out at center ice. Fires it back in, and that'll do it as Garrison steps out of the penalty box. Edmonton 1 for 2 on the power play. No shots on that last one. Edler with the puck. Brown watching him. Edler gives it away to Petrell. He'll try a shot. Didn't get it through. Brown picks it up. Here's Petrie with a shot. Deflected wide. Smith might have got a stick on that. Ryan Smith behind the net. Dropped it off. Knocked away by Lapierre. The puck played up the boards to Raymond, but he'll give it away at the line to Smead with a slap, and the whistle's wide. Kevin Bieksa behind the net. Pelizzato tips it down the ice. They're going to wave off icing. Raymond after it. Watched by Petrie. Pelizzato in there as well. He's tied up by Ryan Smith. Raymond gives it away to Smith. Over to Smead, and he'll take his time and bring it out as the Canucks make a change with the Sedin line coming out of Vancouver. Approaching the 13-minute mark of the second. 4-0 Oilers. Canucks have outshot Edmonton 15-14. Andrew Alberts with his own other shot, steered aside by Dubnyk. Back to the line, bouncing pass. Over to stick with Garrison and Higgins.
Great pressure again by the Oilers. Not giving the Canucks any time.
Fires the puck in. Both teams start a change. Ryan Jones plays it back into his own end of Potter. Jones gave it away at the line to Garrison. Here comes Schrader the other way. Raymond with a shot. Nice pass save. Gorden fired off the left leg to stop that one as the rebound's cleared.
Yeah, I thought getting a lot of action in the second period. Ralph Kruger really throwing in a lot of different situations, showing a lot of trust in the youngster.
Raymond, penalty coming up to the Oilers as Luongo goes to the bench for the extra attacker. Whitney touches the puck. Vancouver going back on the power play, but Edmonton is in control, up 4-0 at Rexall Place on Hockey Night in Canada. Vancouver Canucks about to get their third power play as Ryan Jones sits for high sticking. Got him up into the face of Tanev. Edmonton up by 4. With more, here's Scott.
Here, look, a quick record update. Entering tonight, Wayne Gretzky had the record for the fastest Oiler to record a hat-trick from the start of the game. Did it in 12 minutes and 38 seconds in December of '86 against Quebec. Taylor Hall's beaten that by almost 5 minutes. He owns the record now with his 3 in 7:53. And as for the free goals on free shots question, it happens from time to time. As you understand, Dallas with the Nashville in 09. Back from the start of the game, did it up by 4 with for the fastest Oiler to record a hat-trick from the start of the game. Did it in 12 minutes and 30. Had the record for the fastest Oiler to record a hat-trick from the start of the game. Did it in 12 minutes and 38 seconds in December of '86 against Quebec. Taylor Hall's beaten that by almost 5 minutes. He owns the record now with his 3 in 7:53. And you understand Dallas did it to Nashville in 09.
Stockhouse on the power play. Nice and light here. Both for 2 in a game. Set it up. Henrik lost the puck and escapes the referee. So he comes over the timeout. Daniel looking to fish it free. Ryan Smith takes control. Buys some time. Fires it off the boards and down the ice. Nice to see you beat one of Wayne Gretzky's records.
Not many people in that category, especially when you're 21 years old.
Danny Hansen's the line, pops it up, and the Oilers clear again with a minute 13 to go in this Vancouver power play. Inside 5 minutes left in the second. Short-handed. Bieksa hustles over. Petrell on fire. Couldn't pull the trigger. Lost the puck as he went to shoot him beforehand. Canucks have given up 2 short-handed goals this season. 7 seconds left in the Jones penalty as Bieksa with one last rush in the power play hits Raymond on the line. He runs into Petrie. Penalty over. 1 shot for Vancouver. Pinzano behind the net. Speed pushes into the inboards. Raymond gets the puck. Volkov watching him. Raymond's pass deflected by Jones. Plays it off the center ice for Volkov. Got it as far as the line. Never able to take it away. Gorden out of the goal. Alex steals the pass. Plays it out front for Higgins. Intercepted. And here comes Taylor Hall. Eberly over the line. Alberts knocked it off his stick. Goes to the inboards. Eberly ties up Andrew Alberts. Andrew Alberts able to get control. Pinzano. Flyers the puck in for Vancouver. Stop change. it back in, then steps onto the bench. 2:40 left in the second. That's been Schultz. He's got to feel like he's playing 2 seasons in one. Kelly, coming out of college hockey.
You're right, you have to wonder how that's affecting him. I know Rock Peters told us that at some point they're going to need a little more offense from him, but this is a huge adjustment.
Don't forget he played in Oklahoma City before the NHL season. Well, a lot of the young guys did.
Second in league scoring for the longest time, too.
Hensky is hit by Sestito and slow to get up at center ice. There's probably an advantage to those guys early in the year, but you wonder if the fatigue factor may be setting in now.
I wouldn't disagree with that. There's no question. Even if the Williams and Lowe was telling us before the game that this is even a harder season than 09-10 when the Vancouver Olympics were held in Vancouver.
Burrows at center. Talked about the stretch that they're in right now. Canucks are playing 13 games in 23 nights in 4 different time zones as being coupled in the 13 straight road games they played around the Olympic Games. Here's Petrie at the line. He'll get a shot away. That's wide. Four-pass. Gets the ball. Out of the pick. Bielsa brings it out. With Henrik. And they go offside at the Edmonton blue line. Just over a minute to go in the second period. The Oilers score, and the Canucks no score on CBC.
Mike Brown in our Subway buyout traded to Edmonton early this month from Toronto. He's from Chicago, where his father Barry owned Harley-Davidson dealerships. Mike grew up on dirt bikes, but his father would never allow him to ride a Harley on the streets, fearful of an injury that could end his hockey career. Mike reluctantly agreed, says he won't buy a Harley until he's finished playing. Meanwhile, he risks injuries in scraps, 10 of which he's had this season, most recently against Jared Boll of Columbus on Thursday night. His teammates say it made them play a little bit bigger when the 6'4" come from behind win. Yep.
And he served his 10-minute misconduct at the end of the first period with Tom Sestito. Time into the play, and the second bouncing puck in front of the Oilers. Now cleared aside by Ryan Smith. Stubborn to a final. Edmonton scored 4 all over the 7 minutes, 53 seconds of this game. They have been in control, as you would expect.
More than in control. Right now, it's pretty much a clinic on how to play good, solid team game. Control. Right now, it's pretty much a clinic on how to play good, solid team.
Oilers are taking the lead for the first time. It's 4-3. Oilers in Game 3.
Team game. Canucks called for icing. Alesh Hensky dodged the bullet earlier. Moments ago, it's a freaky play almost led to a catastrophic injury.
To the far right, you can see Tom Sestito go after Hensky, and his left skate comes up at the end and almost hits Hensky. He goes to the bench, but he's still on the bench there. It looks as though he's okay.
31 seconds left. Hensky snapping his 12-game goal streak last game. They build that 4-0 lead, and they are under control. The Canucks looking for something to build on. CBC. Back in Edmonton, where the Oilers are up 4-0 on the Canucks. Taylor Hall with the hat trick. Third period face-off. Nugent Hopkins and Henrik Sedin at center ice. Oh, here's great time. And we're zero to playoffs. The Canucks are going to win this game, Kelly. So what's their mindset going into the third period, do you think?
Don't give up the door. You know, that is really their hallmark. Mindset going into the third period, do you think? Don't give up the door. You know, that is really their hallmark. Mindset going into the third period, do you think? Don't give up the door. You know, that is really their hallmark. Great, strong defensive play. Defensive hockey, play 5-man units. There's Rick Bennett, trying to win the second period. Well, they didn't do that, but they tied it to try and win the third. Monday, good habits. Make sure you get it after that. Kansas City takes the puck in. I would expect them to be rolling 4 lines too to find them. Leg stretch. They're flying to San Jose tomorrow. Oilers dump it in, might be icing. The Oilers appear headed for their third straight win. A lot of Cougars really are keeping this team focused on making the playoffs as they divide the season into 3-game segments. With the goal, the Oilers get 4 almost every 6 points. For example, they just completed a segment in which they lost to Nashville to beat St. Louis and Columbus, so they gained 4 of 6. Tonight marks the start of another segment in which they face Vancouver and then Calgary home and home. Cougars says Eberly was looking at the overwhelming big picture. It said the Oilers probably have to go something like 10-5 in their last 15 to get 53 points, which might get them a playoffs.
Next step, break it down to a bite-sized niblets.
You think there's a book?
Probably have to go something like 10-5 in the last 15 to get 53 points, which might get them a playoffs.
Next step, break it down to a bite-sized niblets.
You think there's a former goaltender that had most goals in the NHL. Let's go and get to a 5-minute segment. The same result. They're all easier, perfect in your own mind. 5-minute segments. It's almost too daunting at times to think that for 60 or 65 plus minutes. You have to be perfect. Look at the good coach.
Okay, we can have 2 or 3. That's right. We can have 2 in the next 3. Yeah. And that's what we're going to do. In fact, the last 3 segments they've had, with the total of 9 games, have been their best 3 segments of the season, picking up 12 points.
But they don't focus on it too. Like you lose it up occasionally, but they know what that goal is at 4 out of every 6 points. But it's not as though we talked about ad nauseum.
Jones lifts the puck to the corner, rubbed off the play by Tanev. Raymond trying to clear and does. Hunter fires it in. Luongo plays it up the near boards, picked off by Yakupov, trying to get out front, put a shot line on the goal. He's 1-on-3 and still got a chance. Puck comes to the top of the crease. Luongo, lost the puck and it goes wide of the net. But he had it under the glove, but somehow wound up in behind. He thought it was in. Luongo replacing Corey Schneider, who gave up 2 goals in the first 2 minutes and 5 seconds of the game. And Luongo gave up a goal on his first shot. The Oilers came out of the gates on fire tonight. And as Scott mentioned, 17.5 minutes away from a 2-straight victory. 16 minutes streak about to come to an end. Well, this one not officially over yet. Stranger things have happened. Vancouver's not been a very good third period team this year. Used to be the top. They're really the score was in the third. They've struggled in that area this year. 2 years ago, they were amazing. The third after a center, nice pass to Hansen over the line. And Rich got the push. Just good to get short in the corner. Meanwhile, out there, but Hansen on the wing right now with the Twins. Henry. Back for Daniel, but Eberly saw that one coming, took it away. And Taylor Hall works it off the center. Nugent Hopkins carries in. Garrison. Daniels up to Hansen. Oilers retreat. The Canucks find some room, but they can't get it out.
Oilers really clogging up the middle, which you expect.
Absolutely. And now we're going to call that offside at the end of the blue line.
What a great game Yakupov has had so far, showing a lot of energy. Incredible skill right here. I mean, that is why you draft a kid like that first overall. And determination. Terrific play. Which reminded me of this unbelievable pass he made to Sean Horkoff last game, which right there you would have thought that for sure he's going to take the puck to the net returns. That is why you draft a kid like that first overall. And determination. Terrific play, which reminded me of this unbelievable pass he made to Sean Horkoff last game, which right there you would have thought that for sure he's going to take the puck to the net and try and score.
And now we're going to call that offside.
Great game yet to call his house. So far, showing a lot of energy. Incredible skill right here. I mean, that is why you draft a kid like that first overall. And determination. Perfect play, which reminded me of this unbelievable pass he made to Sean Horkoff last game, which right there you would have thought. Reminded me of this unbelievable pass he made to Sean Horkoff last game, which right there you would have thought that for sure he's going to take the puck. You know what I mean? That is why you draft a kid like that first overall. And determination. Perfect play, which reminded me of this unbelievable pass he made to Sean Horkoff last game, which right there you would have thought that for sure he's going to take the puck to the net and try and score in Bobrovsky, but amazing vision right there, setting up his line-mate Horkoff.
That was a crazy game. Oilers were down 1-0. We get about 10 seconds in. They were down 2-0 in the game. They wound up winning that game by 2-6-4.
3-3 and 4-3.
And you know what? Some of that momentum carried over to the start of this game, Kelly. Because they came out with gangbusters to start this one tonight, too.
Well, I certainly think it does. You know, when you start to feel good when you're a young team like this and you've got a lot of really good habits, you just try and carry those over. Don't think too much.
Here's Lapierre working the puck in. Bielsa. Eberly. Now trying looking for it, but couldn't reach the pass. Got Beasley took it away and got outside the line. Eberly will drop it in, but nobody there. This is icing on Edmonton as the faceoff come back to the other end. 15:23 left in the third period.
Jack Clark pretty fortunate here. He has teammates to Sean Horkoff, and we've talked before about his importance. You can see the camaraderie they're building. Well, Horkoff is maybe a forgotten man here, but let's not forget after the second period, Rick, of all the players on the Edmonton Oilers, the forwards, he played the most minutes, 13 minutes and 7 seconds. That's why he's a valuable member. Great on the ice, great with the kids.
Yes, he's coming up that hand injury. 5 goals in 9 games for Horkoff as well. Yep. The exit chips the puck in. Sestito after it, but Speed takes it away, put it off the boards, and with some help to the line out. Ryan Jones has to bounce over a stick to the neutral zone. The exit there to fire right back in. Dugan can't stop the behind the net. Gorden off 6-3 to put his eye. Gorden got away. Sestito. Gorden. Hammies. This shot easily intercepted by Petrie. Now he comes. He has Smith with the trail with it. Here's one at the trail off the wing with a shot. Oh, Arnold makes the save. Gorden back the other way. Exchange on the fly. Nick Schultz to his own line. The trail puts it in. Luongo scoops the puck to the far board. Smith is there. Mike Brown. Hansen comes it early. This is Henry going to pass. Schultz tied up by Henrik Sedin. Gorden gets the puck. Hansen's up front. Albert calls a shot. That's blocked. Brown down the way. Albert calls. And it's a possible 2-on-1 for the Oilers. Brown goes to the puck. Smith's up front. Tanev came over to cut off the pass. Brown got a stick in the face. It looked like Commander Albert's no time on the play. Daniel Sedin. To Henrik. To Hansen. They go outside the Edmonton line. Oilers score, Canucks no score. 13:40 left in the third on 99. Tuesday, Rick Mercer did us the winning schools in the Spread the Net Challenge. Then, 22 minutes, joins Justin Trudeau on the campaign trail. That's Tuesday, starting at 8 on CBC TV. 4-0 Oilers, third period in Edmonton, Kelly, and Edmonton getting contributions from everybody tonight.
Top to bottom, a great night. There isn't a weak link. Makes Brown with the block and the Albert shot. Almost a 2-on-1 right here. Brown getting back there with Ryan Smith open in front.
Taylor Hall intercepts an errant pass at center, and then Eberly recovers to break up that one. Power follows up and gets it in. Shots 20-16 in favor of Vancouver. Stats the doesn't matter much when you give up 3 goals in the first 3 shots. Nope, which is exactly what happened. Alesh Hensky. Nugent Hopkins over the line to Hall. Play to the point. On the other side. Rexall puts it in. Eberly. Whitney. Gorden Eberly. Whitney. Corey Potter. Whitney. Shot. Fucking line. Good work by Eberly. Still up back with the shot. Oh, that's the save. Able to pick up the ball, sniffing around to it. Good work by Eberly. Still up back with the shot. Oh, that's the save. Able to cover a hat-trick.
Where's the hat? Hensky.
Good work by Eberly. Still up back with the shot. Oh, yes! There it is!
The hat-trick for Alesh Hensky. Final. The Oilers have taken the lead 4 times in a row.
Well, this Oilers line, I'll tell you, that is supreme confidence right now. You can just tell that they're loving this game. Well, this Oilers line, I'll tell you, that is supreme.
Up back with the shot. Oh, makes the save and able to cover up the ball, sniffing around for a rebound.
Well, this Oilers line, I'll tell you, that is supreme confidence right now. You can just tell that they're loving this game right now. And they're doing it all the right way. They're not getting all the rushes or the chances off the rush. This is just downward play. That's an awfully impressive shot.
Potter and Whitney were just going to play catch back and forth.
That's an awfully impressive shot.
5 times.
An impressive shot.
Potter and Whitney were just going to play catch back and forth.
Chances off the rush. This is just downward play. That's an awfully impressive shot. Play. Other rushes, there's a chances off the rush. This is just downward play. That's an awfully impressive shot.
Presenting the Hockey Night second screen using a laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Presenting the Hockey Night second screen using a laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Participate in trivia, polls, and games. Interact and compete for cash prizes. Be part of our broadcast. Engage with us at cbcsports.ca/second screen. Henderson, Eberly.
Henderson scores! 6-4! 1 goal! Gorden Eberly on his first 2-goal lead.
Good work by Eberly. Still. Corey Potter. Whitney. Over a rebound. Good by Eberly. Still up back to the shot. Oh, makes the save.
Well, this Oilers line, I'll tell you, that is supreme confidence right now. You can just tell that they're loving this game right now. And they're doing it all the right way. They're not getting all the rushes or the chances off the rush. This is just downward play. That's an awfully impressive shot.
Potter and Whitney with the ball back and forth. Shot off the draw. I believe it was stopped by Water.
3 assists.
And now Alesh Hensky with free throws. The Hockey Night second stream using a laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Participate in trivia, polls, and games. Interact and compete for cash prizes. Be part of our broadcast. Engage with us. And the Oilers able to clear this all to center. Rodney, a good work to bounce the puck away from Garrison. By the way, made some really nice saves coming in the first period. Got lost in all the blips around the Oilers were doing, but there's some crazy bounces that he had to stop. Here they come again with a shot.
Interesting man in hockey because
score back to Scott. Yeah, with the shot. Schultz dropped out of the round and he's able to hang on. 11:18 left in the third. Oilers 4. Canucks no score. Back to Scott.
You mentioned earlier Vancouver when he was telling me and Andrew Alesh. I tweeted earlier today that he may be the most interesting man in hockey because who else behind an NHL bench is an author, international motivational speaker, member of the World Economic Forum, and a competitive water skier. Now, these commercials are sure to follow. Lots to talk about the last movie tonight, and I'm guessing he'll be in a 5-week training.
Always a great guy to talk to, and he's like the way his team is playing, and it's starting to pay off now with results as the Canucks ice the puck off the faceoff.
Ralph was telling us this morning that, you talked to him, is this a carryover from the Columbus game? And he said that, he thinks this is the best they've ever been in terms of resiliency.
Yeah.
When you go back to the 3 comebacks they had in that game, and nothing was going to stop them from winning that one.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the way you dropped the game plan, but the fact that they were able to come back and win that game the way they did under duress, coming from behind, giving up an early goal. He was real happy with that side of the things, and like you said, he said it was the best display of resiliency he's seen out of this young team so far this year.
Now this is a game right here they want to battle.
Yep.
This is a nearly perfect game by the Oilers.
Andrew Alberts. And there's Alberts. Shot deflected. Dubnyk save. Rebound. Cleared to the boards. Alberts able to keep it in. Now it's lifted over his head down the ice. Cannon goes back to icing on Edmonton, excuse me.
Rick, you talked about the first period that Dubnyk had. I love his warm-up. There's something I really think young kids have to really work on. I go watch a lot of amateur hockey games, and the warm-up isn't just for fooling around. There's a purpose in it. You can see him visualizing and making sure his shoulders are ready and all parts of the body and the way the goaltenders play now. Just been a real fun guy to watch the last few years and see his evolution.
Stopped all 21 he's seen so far tonight. Former Cambridge Blazer. Leonard Petrell through center. Working on Schrader, who's back. The exit comes over to knock the puck free. Burroughs finds Eberly. Lead pass for Higgins, trying to split the middle. Now he gets control. Schrader jumping up on the rush, but Whitney's able to clear it out. As we approach the midway mark of the third, here's a steal by Eberly into the zone. Over to Whitney with room. Throws it up front. Shot by Nugent-Hopkins. Put him high. At the top corner, missed the net. This line is back out there, threatening again.
With help from the defense.
Eberly. Potter. Slap shot. Luongo makes the save, and he's able to hang on. 9:43 to go in the third. Oilers 4, Vancouver no score on CBC. Time now for Hockey Night Close-Up, brought to you by Subway Restaurants. And when a guy gets a hat trick faster than any Oiler, even Wayne Gretzky in his career, got to go with Taylor Hall.
We better show him too. High short side on Schneider, high short side on Luongo, and then a beautiful power forward move right here. And hey, why not mix it up a little bit after your hat trick? Get involved with Kevin Bieksa, and then get a slash by Bieksa's level. He's okay.
He's better than okay. Yeah, he's been great. And his point streak up to 4 games now. He's got 8 points, including 5 goals in that stretch. Big journey over the line. Dan Sedin works the puck in. Nice pass out front. There's a shot and use the puck bounces off the end force to Nick Schultz. Garrison to it. Brandon tips it deep. Makes the play to Jones. Lead pass looking for Yakupov, and Tanev able to take it away. This Tanev is an amazing story. And he's going to be a very good defenseman for the Vancouver Canucks for a long, long time. Undropped to corner. Puck goes out of play. Faceoff will come outside the zone.
Well, for good reason. We've been bragging about him. Give us the hat trick. Take a look at his numbers. Last 4 games. For the elite company right there when he's got 8 points and 12 shots already. Terrific young player. Plays with so much energy that it's contagious amongst his teammates. And that's not only in the games, that's in practice. You know, this young Oilers team, I tell you what, they play with a lot of enthusiasm. Just watching them this morning in the morning skate, they just look so relaxed and comfortable and not overwhelmed by the situation they're in.
I see coming up against Edmonton. Big part of it for a young team, Kelly, is learning how to win, learning how to play as 5-man units. You know, a lot of the things that veteran teams are able to do out of habit, young teams have to learn how to do instinctually.
Yeah.
And they're getting there.
And you learn that it's all through hard work. It just doesn't appear magically. And you don't get results if you don't work as hard as the other team, or in most cases, of course, you work harder than the other team. And that's how this league is right now. There's no free nights, no easy nights, as we know, and the parity really boils down to talent versus work.
Ryan Smith out the center. Brown with him. That rush broken up, but kept onside by Petrell. Bieksa will take it. Turn it back the other way to Vancouver. Tom Cecilo steps on the puck and falls. Smith. Taylor Hall back out there again in the high slot, trying to dangle around Edwards. Lost the puck. Hall gets it back to the line to Potter. Potter waiting for traffic, tries a shot. Pine Luongo makes the save. Loose puck to the line, muscled out over the blue line to center by Yannick Hansen. Nugent Hopkins plays it ahead. Here's Eberly back the other way with speed, trying to cut around Edler. Eberly goes behind the net, throws a pass out front, struck. Oh, what a stop by Luongo! Taylor Hall robbed of his 4th goal of the game by Roberto Luongo with an acrobatic save as he was down on the play. I don't know, he kept that out of there. Wow. Eberly popped it up. Here goes Tanev the other way. Shot on goal and an easy stop for Dubnyk, who's able to hang on.
Well, you said you didn't know how he kept it out. I'll tell you, it's one word, and that's determination. Eberly with that pass over to Hall, and you can see that Luongo is tied up with his defenseman right there, and he just drops his stick. You see the stick by Edler's feet, and he just hit with his blocker. He turns his hand over. You know, that is an amazing effort, and that really tells you why he's been such a good goalie for so long. In a 4-0 game with just over 7 minutes to go, there's no quit. It's all compete and fight by the veteran. That's a real lesson for young goaltenders out there.
You know, and for all the work goalies do now with technique and positioning, sometimes it just comes down to whatever it takes to make the stop.
I've said that for years. At some point, you have to abandon your style. Right there, Dubnyk had great style.
Stops Andrew Alberts, who's been offensively jumping up into the play more than usual. 6:45 to go in the 3rd period as Schrader works it back in. Nice drop pass to Higgins with a shot. That deflects up into the shoulders of Nick Schultz. Puck goes to the far corner. Hensky there takes a hit to Burroughs. Higgins. Justin Schultz behind the net. Tackled by Schrader. Schultz recovers, but Burroughs giving him a hard time in the corner. Higgins comes over to help out. Gagne's there for the Oilers as well. Edmonton more than happy to knock it up along the board for the top up of the line of Garrison. Evans. Knocked down by Justin Schultz. Hensky gets the puck. Can you get it out?
Just you.
And now they will. Gagne clears the zone.
On base,
14-minute mark of the third.
Describe it.
Shots 23-22 in favor of Vancouver. Oilers up towards it. Less than 6 minutes away from third straight win. Mason Raymond. Petrie fires the puck around the end of the block. Trying to tip it up. Can't handle with a shot that didn't get through. Jones able to clear. Intercepted by Petrie, cleared out to over the way. Edward just off the bench gets over to it, gets the puck to the exit.
I mean, that was a great example right there. Lining up the blue line, taking away the middle of the ice. That's awfully difficult to enter the zone.
Oilers came into this game 3 points behind St. Louis for that final playoff spot in the West. And people wondering if they were out of it. Suddenly, 3 straight wins, you're right back in the hunt again.
And playing with solid brand of hockey. I mean, it's not that the goaltenders are stealing the games either. They played well, don't get me wrong, especially having Brewer in St. Louis, but this is just a great team effort.
There's Bieksa trying to get out front. Smith able to knock the puck away from him with help, and Whitney gets control with room to clear and does. 4.5 to go in the third. Daniel Sedin carries to center. Ahead to Hansen, tips it in for Henrik. Over to Daniel with a shot. That's blocked by Justin Schultz. Puck goes to the corner. Here's Henrik. Out front. Hansen couldn't reach the puck. It was knocked away in the last second. And a good play by Nugent Hopkins.
And he's so proud of the fact Nugent Hopkins about his defensive play, isn't he, Rick?
Here's Eberly behind the net.
Talked to him this morning about that. His coach and junior, Jesse Waller. Showing defensive play.
Oh, the shot's not great. Oh, great save by Orlando as he stopped Eberly point blank range. 2 big saves by Orlando in the third period. All for now in terms of his game, but like you said, Kelly, professional play. Roberto Orlando has made a couple of gigantic stops here.
And we talked about it instead of the first point. Whatever your goals, right? Don't give up any goals.
Nugent Hopkins plays the puck back to the corner. Brooks is there. Johnson takes control of the net. Both teams change. Fans enjoying it. There's a goal. We could go. Kelly, we were here. We're doing it. In the third period with a lot to St. Louis 3-0.
And Booger is telling us today, it's not if you win or lose necessarily, you get good hits, the effort and how you play the game.
Sam Gorden with control. PRV over the line. Hensky. Battle with Henry. Torres gets the puck. Finds Schrader. They'll bring it out. There's Schrader, Higgins up together. We're doing some lines over here in the third period. Puck back to the line. The extra can't keep it outside. Yakupov trying to get there. Higgins pokes it through. Mason Raymond. Push to the boards on a good play by Petrie. Was able to get the puck out to center himself. Knocked down by Lapierre. And the puck goes out of play with a minute. And he scores. 6-5. Puck goes out of play with a minute 53.
Makes it, the Canucks are trailing the Oilers 6-5.
Wednesday, Culture. Krista's mother drops by. All new episodes starting at 8 on CBC TV.
You know, one of my favorite things as a former player is when games out of reach now, that somebody doesn't quit. And that's certainly the case for Luongo in this third period. He plays 3 remarkable saves, 2 of them right there. It's not only for the goaltenders either, Rick. I just love the things a defenseman that battles to the very end, and they're down, they're a forward, a fourth-line forward that goes out and makes a big hit. Whatever he needs to do, that's the beauty of professional sports at its highest level.
Now, Luongo put in after 2 quick goals by the Oilers to start this game. It had to be hard on him. I mean, Snyder's been in the zone so much that there's not even a sniff that he's going to get a chance to play, and suddenly you're in. He gave up 2, but he settled down and... I think Video told us he just wanted one of the guys as the Canucks flip it out of play, and I think that's going to be... I think Video told us he just wanted one of the guys as the Canucks flip it out of play, and I think that's going to be a penalty. Canada put that right over the glass. That was just a little bit.
Well, Ryan Jones is all over Canada. Forcing them, the puck did roll in Canada right here. So in this case, this is one of those unfortunate ones where he's just trying to flip the puck off the glass, through his zone. So right there, the puck's rolling, and then Taz knows he's going to get hit. He knows that it's Jones coming in to make the play.
But the Oilers going to try to make it 7.
Oilers scored 7 about 3 times. It was starting at 2. Oilers taking it home with the 7th goal.
So in this case, this is one of those unfortunate ones where he's just trying to flip the puck off the glass, through his zone. So right there, the puck's rolling, and then Taz knows he's going to get hit. He knows that it's Jones coming in to make the play.
So the Oilers give him a power play. Smith is going to get a chance to play, and suddenly you're in. He gave up 2, but he settled down. And
Every day. Oilers get the Canucks. And it's 7-6.
So in this case, this is one of those unfortunate ones where he's just trying to flip the puck off the glass, through his zone. So right there, the puck's rolling, and then Taz knows he's going to get hit. He knows that it's Jones coming in to make the play.
the Oilers give him a power play. Canada in the box. Go to Luongo. Trade deadline on Wednesday. Who knows? He'll be here after that or not.
I like the Oilers' choice of players here. Brian Smith with Eberly.
Paul Stowers.
Give him a power play. Canada in the box. Go to Luongo. Trade deadline on Wednesday. And who knows? Whether he'll be here after that or not.
I like the Oilers' choice of players here. Brian Smith with Patrell and Brown up front, and Potter and Whitney on the back end.
Go to Luongo. Trade deadline on Wednesday. And who knows? Whether he'll be here after that or not.
I like the Oilers' choice of players here. Brian Smith with Patrell and Brown up front, and Potter and Whitney on the back end.
Give us another guy to check to the power play. Willis and Luongo is headed up in the crease.
The guy that
After the trade deadline play, say, look, I'm going to be here. I'm going to make a case that you should start me for a few games. You see if I get all
We knew that would be the case, the same as Ryan Smith, professional pride. So here's a guy who's playing out of position, talking about some of those adjustments, and he said that his period, his strong point is going to the front of the net now. Basically, it's the winger's job. Kind of a little bit of a challenge in the defensive zone, but he's getting used to it. But Ross Kruger said he's just an ultimate professional, consummate team now, and he's bought in.
forward. Doesn't get much power play time anymore. He's up there now. 37 seconds left in the period. And here's Smith with a shot. Put it wide. Ryan Cancel will play it over to Garrison. Right block. CC Nader fires it down the ice. And 20 seconds to go. 20 seconds to go. Oilers win the first playoff. And this Edmonton crowd starts to rise to it. Edmonton crowd starts to fire up for Edmonton Oilers. First Stanley Cup as we mentioned 1 week ago,
continue on.
they have every reason to choose. I think the Oilers go
to the Stanley Cup final.
Stepped on the gas early.
Turning the lead.
Takes a cruise to a 4-0 win over the Vancouver Canucks. And Stanley Gorden stops all 23 shots for his 6th career shot. What a season.
Nice ways to congratulate everybody. Enjoy this victory, but get ready for Calgary. Calgary comes in here on Monday, and make sure that this is the same sort of game the Edmonton Oilers are going to play. No drop-off. Terrific to win, but let's ensure that this is the way in which we're going to play all the time. Good habits. Sure a whole lot more fun to play this way than up and down.
3 straight wins for the Edmonton Oilers. Vancouver Canucks won 3 games at 6.
Well, who's going to be foul time? Because we're sure a whole lot more fun to play this way than up and down.
3 straight wins for the Edmonton Oilers. Vancouver Canucks won 3 games at 6. And the Oilers are playing the Oilers conference on Monday. And the Vancouver Oilers is back to the 4 stars.